Second 2011 meeting of the Santa Barbara City Council's Finance Committee will now come to order. Customarily, we start with public comment, but seeing absolutely no members of the public, they're all out at Fiesta here to comment. We'll skip that and go to the first item on the agenda.
Mr. Chair, Finance Committee members, my name is Sue Gray, and I'm the Administrative Services Manager in the Community Development Department. Today, we're here to present the funding recommendations of the City Arts Advisory Committee for fiscal year 2012. The city's fiscal year 2012 budget appropriated $427,260 for city arts programs. Of that, $287,312 are for grant awards in community events and festival grants, organizational development grants, and community arts grants. The remaining funds are for coordination and administration of the city arts programs and a small amount for the continued development of the downtown cultural district. The recommended grant awards that you'll review today total $296,812. That consists of the $287,312 of the fiscal year 12 budget plus $9,500 that was left over from last year, carried over in the county budget. And here with us is Jenny Brush, Executive Director of the County Arts Commission, and she's going to let you know about the grant recommendations.
Great. Thank you. Ms. Brush?
Chair Francisco, members of council. As Sue mentioned, there are three categories for grants that we give. They are the categories of community arts. Those usually are the smaller grants that top out at, well, they don't really anymore, but because of our funding, but they did top out at about $7,000. The organizational development grants are more for established nonprofit organizations, and those range more in the neighborhood of not to exceed $18,000. And then the events and festivals grants, and those grants were largely established to attract cultural tourists or tourists to visit the city in the off-season. So that's between October and all the way through about May. So those are the three categories. This year, the staff arranged for 4 technical support workshops at the recommendation of council several years ago. We determined that we would make attendance for first-time applicants, attendance at one of those workshops be mandatory, and I think that's really helped in giving us much better results. There are no big surprises. Something else that I think has also helped the process is the fact that staff has made the opportunity for groups or organizations that would like to submit an early draft of their application for staff feedback. I think has also helped in get a series of stronger grants. Of all of the applicants that applied, all were awarded funding this year. In the area of community arts, for the total of $47,049, that included the one-time carryover, as Sue mentioned. 23 organizations applied with funding requests totaling $118,640. Those grants are usually community-based grants, and as you can see in the attached documents, we've tried to provide you with an overview of what it gives you a really good sense of what the community is doing or what they're trying to do with this funding. In the organizational development category, there were $149,763 in funds available. And there were 36 nonprofit organizations. We suspected that based on what's happening, continuing to happen with the economic downturn and the reduction in funding from philanthropists and other foundations, we felt that this would probably be the largest area of need. So we tried to keep that funding pool as intact as possible. And we did have 36 nonprofits that applied for funding in this category, with funding requests totaling $412. And then in the events and festival, there was $100,000 events and festivals grants for funding for events and festivals, and there were 10 applicants applying this year for requests totaling $252,500. I just wanted to mention some general observations this year. All of the committees reviewing the grants continue to remark that the grants continue to get better and stronger. I think they're making better cases. The other thing is we continue to see increased improvement in collaborative efforts and large changes that have to do with more innovative approaches to marketing or even to programming to do more with less. So I just wanted to make those observations, and I am available to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you very much. Questions from the committee members?
No.
Mr. White? I believe that we've all read through this, and I want to express on behalf of the committee our appreciation for everyone that has worked reviewing these grants and, as you mentioned, helping get some of these grant proposals written in the first place. This is an important contribution to the cultural life of the community and also to our economy. So thank you very much. Now, Ms. Gray, do we need a recommendation to council on this?
Yes, Chair Francisco, there should be a recommendation. It's on the agenda for next Tuesday.
Okay,
the 9th.
very good. I would entertain a motion to that.
Mr. Chair, I would move that the committee recommend to council that the council accept the staff's list of recommendations on funding for this year's art grants, art-related grants.
Second.
Very good. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Silence. That passes. Thank you very much.